exactly what's happening here. That's how you draw on this. And if you are not in a deficit, okay, it's not a mystery about what's going on. Okay? Bottom line, you are not in a deficit. Your body is not fighting you. You don't have hypothyroidism. Your body is just harder to work with than everybody else's. Bottom line, you are not in a calorie deficit if you are not losing body fat. And I used to make sure I drove that into a client's head because I would tell them this word for word. I want you to understand, if you're not losing, I'm not at my house tossing and turning, wondering why I can't help Mary lose weight. I know that you're not in a deficit yet, okay? Before you ask that question, Michael Pickett, who's recording, somebody will say, well, and I'm sorry, I'm not saying that Chauncey to step on your toes about a comment you made earlier, but I had a trainer who had a lot of difficulty with this because she was like, I had my client, I dropped her from 1,500 and then I dropped her down to 1,200 and she's still not losing body fat, and she said she's following her meal plan exactly, right? So that's what she says to me. And I'm like, Kim, your client's lying to you. But she said, Kim, your client's lying to you. But she's saying, and I believe her, and she's nice, and she goes to church every weekend, and blah, blah, blah. And so, and she's like, well, I think I'm already putting in her starvation cycle. Starvation cycle is the biggest crutch in the world. And if that were your basis of argument, then Ethiopia would be the most obese nation in the world. Get off of it. Don't give your client the crutch of starvation cycles. That kind of stuff is usually looking at a tree and ignoring the whole forest that's going on. In America, generally speaking, there's no way you're going to end into this like major starvation cycle. Okay? I also brought up with this. This is how I would go next with this. It's like, okay, Mrs. Jones, you're at 1,500 calories. You did the exercise program. So this is in, right? And you end up coming out the same. So, in theory, what happens is you're maintenance. Now, I'm sorry.